One of the things that people talk about a lot is how their workplace is so toxic and the energy there is so stifling. And one of the questions that was asked me was, how do people protect their energy in the workplace? I don't, first of all, think that any workplace is perfect. Let's start from there. There are certain people, because of our nature and nurture, there are certain things that will happen to us as human beings that we would interpret in all kinds of ways. Because of the fact that we also come from dysfunctional families and we all have had some level of trauma in our lives, whether by grief or by loss or by something has happened, betrayal, all kinds of things have happened to us. So there's a level of trauma we all are carrying all over the world. So will the workplace be the best place for everybody? It won't. There are some people it will favor more than others. Now, I say that nobody can pay me enough to play politics in the workplace. I will tell you that for free. It doesn't matter what you pay me. I'll tell you straight up, you cannot pay me enough to play office politics because I don't believe in it. I think it's destructive to a workplace. You can't have functioning people in a place where there's strife and there's disharmony. And for all the bosses out there, owners of companies who believe that divide and rule or divide and conquer is how to run a company effectively, I say shame on you. I think that that's the worst thing you can do for your organization. I think what you need to do is make people feel welcome, make people feel seen, heard, and understood. Make people appreciate and love the work that they do, especially if you have the joy or have the luxury of hiring very good, passionate professionals. Don't suck out the joy from them. Allow them to have a place where they feel very, very comfortable, because at the end of the day, your bottom line will be better for it. This message is for those who feel uncomfortable in their workplace. And they're asking, okay, so what can we do? Okay, we still need to stay here because our bills need to be met. And I understand that. But what can we do to protect ourselves? I'll tell you a few things that I've done. I start my day in such a phenomenal way. Actually, I start my nights in such a phenomenal way, which then means I sleep well, or I do my best to sleep well every night. And prep my day or prime my day, because the way you sleep is the way you wake up. I do very well to prime my day or prime my nights the day before by putting out what I want to do, putting the energy that I want to have around it the night before, see the conversations go smoothly, the meetings, all the things that I need to do. And then I sleep off, wake up in the morning. I have a powerful morning routine. I meditate, I exercise. Everything I do makes my brain and my body move and groove. I drink water. All those things, I do them in the morning. I do not listen to the news. I'm not very quick to open my emails or social media early in the morning as well, because I know that at the end of the day, you can either get lost in scrolling just because you are used to scrolling, or you see bad news or bad information that just kind of starts to destabilize your day. And I choose not to do that for myself, because as long as it's up to me, I choose peace. So what I then do is, of course, when I do my morning rituals, for some people they're journaling, for some people they're praying, for some people they're meditating, for some different things. For some people they do breathwork exercises. I do all these things that I've mentioned at different times. I don't have one cast in stone, it must be like this routine. No, I can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, today I just want to dance and I want to do qigong, depending on what I feel like doing in the morning, but move I must. Move I must. And then I sit down and visualize my day the way I would love to see my day. The things that I want to do, the kind of conversations that if I had meetings set up already, how those meetings will go, where I'll be so comfortable. I set up my table when I get to the office. My table is set up in such a way that there's so much air and peace around me. And you can do it. You can put a candle if you want to, put incense, put something, diffusers, make the place smell nice. Because if the place is looking fresh, smelling fresh, most likely you'll be very happy to be in such a space. Don't wait for the organization to do that for you. Do it for yourself. At least you make your space look neat and comfortable. Declutter your table so you have space. I have a map of the world on my table, and so I roll it and just tell myself I'm a global traveler. So every time I look at my world map, I'm like, yes. And sometimes I play it as they say, which continent am I going to next? I do all kinds of things. Sometimes in the office, when I feel like, okay, I just had a meeting that I didn't really like, I can shut down for 15 minutes and do a quick meditation and just center myself back again, because I understand the importance of being centered. This is not woo-woo. This is that I know that when you are destabilized within, you'll be destabilized without. When you are scattered outside, it means that there's a scattering on your inside. It would affect your mood. It would affect everything that you do. So I choose not to be affected by my mood or the things that I do. I know what to do. I know better, so I will do better. My staff know me. My colleagues know me. Sometimes in the office, I turn my chair. I need a 10-minute nap or 15-minute nap. I take it. I turn my chair to the back, take a 15-minute nap, wake up, and I feel refreshed, ready to go again. I'm drinking water consistently in the office. You know, sometimes I stand up and walk around. Just walk around so that your body is moving, because sitting down has become the new cancer. Some people sit down from morning to night. They don't get up, no air, nothing. The only time they get up is maybe to go to the toilet. People bring everything to come and meet them where they are. Get up, move around. Walk. Sometimes I walk around 30 minutes and I set my alarm on my phone to make sure, or I'm listening to something for 30 minutes. You know, add it to your day, add it to your daily schedule, to just know that at the end of today, I want to have grown every area of my life. So I've met my quotient or quota for work, or my career and finances. I've met my quota for my physical body. I've met my quota for my spiritual body. I've met my quota for my health and wellness. I've met my quota. I mean, nobody's going to put a gun to your head and say it must be done a particular way. Be free with it, be flexible with it. But these are so many things that you can do. Go for a walk. Look at people, talk to them. If you see people looking sad, walk up to them. Be kind to them. Smile at them. You know, all these things go a long way. Your cleaners, know their names, know names of people and address them with their names sometimes. They feel very important. Leave people with a sense of increase. But honestly, you can only do this to people if you do it to yourself. And so that's what I ask of you today. I'm saying all these things because these are things that you can do for people, but there's so much that you can do for yourself as well. I'm that kind of person that people come to and say, you know, what do you think in my office? You know, because I protect my space. I have my earplugs. I don't have it on now, but I have earplugs around my ear consistently. If I'm listening to a conversation and I see that the conversation is not serving me, I'm out of it. If I'm listening to or people are talking and they're backbiting and gossiping, you won't even find me in such a conversation. But if there's a mistake and I sat down and someone says, can you imagine? So what that bastard, I've logged out immediately. Or I listen to correct them so that they don't talk like this. Or if people walk up to me and say they want to report somebody to me and they are demeaning of the person, I say, call that person, let's sit down and talk it out. Because both of you have a role to play in it. Protect yourself from unnecessary comments. In fact, there was a time I remember when I go into the office, I used to hear certain conversations back to back to back to back. And I said to myself, I'm going to cut myself off that conversation. When people start it now, I will limit it by wearing my earplugs. I just put my headphones on my ear or wear my earplugs literally. And I'm not listening. I just play music or play a book or something that I can listen to. And I'm constantly studying anyway. Learning is my happy place, right? So if people are talking and I just log off. I spend 30 minutes every day on Instagram. Maybe you want to do the same. In fact, both Instagram and Facebook. After 30 minutes, it logs me out. And I have a business. I pay people to help me post because I don't want to take on that challenge because I know it's very draining to me. And I only want to do the things that edify me, not the things that break me down or not the things that drain me. So these are some of the things that you can do. I don't know whether you have other things that you might like to do, but I know that these are some of the things that you can do. You know, smiling, active listening, words of encouragement. People trust you. Let me tell you a story. There was a lady that came to meet me in the office. She came to meet me to say, oh, they found out that one guy stole in the office. And the first question was, how do you know? What is your evidence? She said, I knew that you would say something. I said, because I'm not going to just jump and believe you like that. And the guy was somebody that, you know, he was a security guard, but he was my friend. So when they came, she was testing me. And she said she knew that I was going to I was going to stand up for the guy immediately. How can she say that she knew? Because I've proven that over and over again. And even with evidence, even until I saw until the guy opened his mouth and told me I stole. I said, I want to see your evidence, guys, because I'm not going to just believe that somebody stole something just because, until I saw evidence. And the only question I asked him was, what was going on in your mind when you thought to do a thing like this? You didn't even consider other people. You didn't consider that you could put other people in trouble by going into a place that they close and you steal this much? When he saw the disappointment in my face, he put his face down. I said, I just want to know why you felt the need to do such a bad thing and put other people in trouble, right? I didn't say you're a bastard. I don't have that kind of time. The guy felt so ashamed. So what kind of person are you? Who do people say you are? Who do people say you are? Be the person that will protect your space, guard your energy, guard the energy of other people too. Stand up for people. Show that you are very caring. Show that you are compassionate. Show that you have empathy, right? Be solution focused. Be solution focused. Don't only look for the things that are not working. Also find things and come up with brilliant ideas. Ideas that can make the company money and all those things. But you first need to find that center. You first need to know who you are as a person. Your identity needs to be solid. Remember the why I talked about? Your why needs to keep resonating in your spirit. And from there, you'll be able to protect yourself. Not everybody you say is bad. That's the truth. But because you have termed them bad, they're showing up as bad. And this thing I've just said, you might not understand what I just said. Because you have boxed people up as that person is wicked, that person, they will only show up that way because what will happen is that you will keep finding reasons to clarify your truth that that person is bad, when really, they're not. They just have different values and they have different ways of doing certain things. And if you too can go and talk to them, you can talk to them. So stop also being the one that believes that everybody is against you, everybody is jealous of you, everybody wants you. Nah. You're not that important. You're not that important in the scheme of other people's lives. The only place that you're so important in is in your own life. So what are you going to do with yourself today? My name is Adiola. Love and light.